Menu narration set to 100.
Who? He didn't say nothing. To the white part? That's not him, man.
Well, then somebody's bringing something. They're going to throw it out there on the ground.
Rico and Greg Olsen. It is for real. Season begins here. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job.
What's that? Is that my order? What's it say name on it?
30-yard line. So
I'm going to say the label or shipping label stuff. Because I ordered a bunch of stuff too.
Twice and was the runner-up a season.
What's that?
Hard to believe it is here.
It's probably mine then. I have something waiting for something. With them. It's mine. I need it.
He'll set up to throw. Forced out left. He's going to air one out right away.
I know what I was waiting for a package. No, I didn't. I couldn't hear you. The headphones on. I had to take them off.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to run it.
Got it!
He's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
The extra point is good. And the Ravens have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener.
Okay.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson.
Gotcha, boy.
Only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves.
Come down. You dropped the ball.
And the ball is out. One of the Ravens has it.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to score. Do you believe this start? Opening minute of the game. Fumble recovery and a touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week.
Yes, sir.
Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Johnson now to return. And him taken down right at the 29-yard line. So, Greg, here are the Bills. What a year last year. 13-4, beat the Broncos and the Ravens in the playoffs. But once again, ran into Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Anything that we can say is that one thing to get them to the big game this time.
Come on, like
Well, I
it.
mean, we'd probably start with they need Patrick Mahomes to retire. And, you know, but in all seriousness, I think when you look at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it's one of those things where they just happen to exist in a generationally great team in the Kansas City Chiefs, and one of the greatest players we've seen in the last 25 years.
Get him down, boy.
Gets home. He'll go down. They got him. A first-time Pro Bowler a year ago, it is Kyle Van Noy. He's got his first sack of the season here early in week
He
one.
didn't drop it that time.
Work to do following
Last
the
time he
sack.
did, he took it
It
back.
is 3rd and long.
Wow, shit.
From the gun, throw here for Allen.
Oh, shoot.
This one
Ah,
broken up.
almost had to
It's
intercept.
incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Here we go.
On the return, it's Hill.
Better than nothing.
The Ravens offense ready to take over for their second possession.
Let's go with one play.
They'll have a short field in front of them
Who's it?
as they try to extend this lead out further. Now the first carry for King.
Give me.
Henry.
I didn't get through it.
Forward to about the 42. It was A.J. Epinesa who brought him down. Here's 2nd and 6. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He runs with it. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Raven first down. On play action, here's Jackson. Moving left.
No, I was trying to get through there. Not enough hole. Sorry. I should never. I was just trying to fit. Sorry.
2nd and 11. Now, Jackson. Forced out wide. Now he takes off. And
Give me
he'll
it.
take this into the end zone. What a run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The extra point is up and through. And the Ravens will take themselves to a 20-0 lead. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away.
That's a nice kick, bro.
Johnson now to return.
Get out.
Stop. That's 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10.
Yes, sir.
Complete. Covered. Very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Operating out of the gun. Here comes Allen.
He dropped it again. He did.
Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I don't know how he keeps dropping that ball there. People pass the ball.
Going in motion. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
What the heck? They don't have any.
A wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3
I don't know what was like
incompletions, and now brings up
Trip
4th
over my
down.
leg.
Barring some crazy
Block,
decision
block,
here
block,
to keep
block,
your
block,
offense on
block,
the
block,
field,
block, block, block.
you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Ah,
And
he
the
dropped
return
it.
is able to get it up past the 40-yard line.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
And the pistol, Jackson ready, rolling right. He'll tuck it and take off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 19 yards right away. away. They kick off this drive.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Going up top.
Oh, God, no!
So much of that
I was trying to cut.
to
I
get
don't
defenders position.
know if he caught him,
Being
but he
able
can't
to
catch him in their own
get himself to a
quarterback
spot
yet.
to get his hands on the ball and a chance at
That was my. I was just trying to fuck back in there.
Me and you are sitting here saying that's a touchdown, and instead they force a turnover.
Get him!
And now their offense is back on the field.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22.
To the air. On 2nd down, here's Allen.
Get down!
It's going to be a first down.
How do you find him? He finds. They're fine playing.
And the Bills, first down.
Just jump back.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Josh Allen. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Allen to throw again.
Did he hold on to that? He hold on to it for a minute.
That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
One more time going up top with Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. 2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway.
No!
Back to Shakir. He's got another one. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Sure, buddy. How you doing?
On the ground, this is James Wood. And he'll be
Eat that, Sonny.
at the line of scrimmage.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very
Get him!
one-dimensional.
Got him.
Followed up and taken down. They got him.
Eat it. He's on his own for sure this time.
After the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Allen.
Well, you had time to throw that, bro.
Pass was dialed in right now. They get him
You had time to
again.
throw that.
The Pro Bowler the last 2 years, Nnamdi Madubuike, working his way in to register
We're gonna run it.
his first
I'm
sack
punting
of
on
the new
that.
season. Here's Mitch Wisnowski now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. Flush to his right.
Ah!
This is too far.
Sorry, buddy.
In front. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson.
No! He dropped it.
Draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. He'll try to run for it. It's a big one for the Ravens. To gain of 43 yards. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. 25 yards to pick up there. 1st down, Baltimore.
I want to try to pass it to him. Okay.
Throwing Jackson.
Henry.
That's caught.
No, he still fell. Come on, Henry.
Pass is what they needed to pick up the 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Jackson. He'll swing this out
Who is
wide
it?
to Henry. A minute 58 to go in the first half of play. So we reach 2-minute warning.
You find anything, Willie?
And this offense in the red zone, if you will. Only fitting to check in with Scott Hansen and find out what's going on at halftime. First shot, Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens.
That's what we're going at.
Tom is Luke to add the extra point. Now, how about this? It's a fake.
Okay, he can't.
And he is not going to get in.
Okay.
Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get back to work. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organization.
Absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity, a culture of excellence, and of winning. So, no question, Mike, there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. It's out. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd as they stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long. From the gun to Dallin. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This one from 52 yards away. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit.
Henry.
On 1st and 10, Jackson forced to his right. This one downfield looking for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. 33 yards. A 1st down throw for Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Bills will get the ball at their own 17-yard line. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, this is strong. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread. All of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off and I can give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg. It just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped him. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you got the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored.
Oh, gosh.
On a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. It's a lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come over them.
Moving to his right. He keeps it himself. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
Mark Andrews.
Jackson now, moving outside the pocket. And he's inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner out. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play all game long, not only on the quarterback design runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again.
And he'll take it on in. Rashad Bateman, touchdown, Baltimore. That's his 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Luke now for the extra point. And now, will you look at this? It's a fake. And he is not going to get in. Stopped on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, this is strong. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement. What caught your eye?
Need him alive.
There's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him. Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but Watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Devontae Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. The rookie from Marshall, Mike Breed, the second-round pick showing that athleticism. He's got a sack here in his debut. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here is Allen. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And that is incomplete.
He got predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Oh, that was my bad. I know. Okay.
The Bills' first down.
Hey, hey.
It will be a big play there for 4th and long. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Allen gonna give it to Cook. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. Allen now on 2nd down.
Got him.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all
What?
game long.
Largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game, and then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
What'd you say? From where? I don't know. I think you want to go somewhere. I don't.
So leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Allen gonna throw for it.
Yes!
Picked off by the all-pro Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are gonna take over at their own 11-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw, exiting the pocket right. He'll look for Flowers downfield. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Pushed out to his left. Off he goes.
As long as we got first, that's all we got.
Getting this to about the 23-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right.
Oh, I'm trying to throw it.
Trying to avoid
What's
the
our
rush
oh,
there.
injury.
As
Is
he
that in?
threw
Oh,
for
good,
the
it's not us.
pass is incomplete. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. Out to his right. And he somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hustled out of bounds. 3rd and 9. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will go all the way. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And they continue to pour it on into the end zone. Tack on 2 more points. Here's Stout after the touchdown to send this one away.
Oh, God.
Out of the end zone, it's Ty Johnson. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough field.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So, in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
Allen to throw on 3rd and long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. A good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On the run to the right. He's going to tuck it and go. He will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down. Forced out wide. He'll run again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll take off again. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. It comes with 36 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal. Now Jackson, this is a design run. And he will be taken down. We'll see. They want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. They stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Rolling right. There he is. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. Hill look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get into the end zone. Doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
Never did what he needed to do to take care of himself.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. And now problems on the kickoff. This ball goes out of bounds and a flag comes in. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. Here's Allen to throw. Looking downfield for Coleman. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it is a win here for the visitors.
49-0.
They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign.
Josh, what kind of, I used to love their cheeseburger pizza.